Hello, hi everyone. Hello, Amruta.
Hi, Sagar.
So, we are going to make this very special video today. We are nearing the 10th anniversary of ChessBase India. It's on 18th of January 2026. We started back in 18th of Jan 2016. That was when the company was incorporated.
Yeah, and officially,
Yes.
but much before that, we had already begun the journey.
Right. And so, Amruta, there are a few things about us. Like we generally have our life as an open book for all the people out there. But every now and then, someone comes up to me and says, "Oh, you are a CA." Someone comes up to you and says, "Oh, you are national under 16 champion of India." So there are few things that they are not aware of. But I think one thing which we haven't spoken much about, which I think is very special, is our 1 year nomadic journey.
Oh, yeah, I think we always used to say, oh, we'll record it. And then I think we have delayed by maybe around 8 years. But okay, better late than never.
Yeah, so we want to share this 1 year nomadic journey which started on the 27th of November 2017. This is 8 years ago, more than 8 years ago, and we gave up our house and we traveled across India and the world to to understand the chess scene basically.
Yeah, I think Sagar, when we were on our Europe trip, suggested this idea that we can do this, and like, okay, it sounds crazy, but think about it, and like at first thought I was like, okay, sounds very exciting, but practically very difficult. And then he was just talking about that the whole trip with whoever he was meeting, and somehow he just made it into reality. He was able to, pull me in that, and I was really happy about it.
Yeah, I think the main thing was we were traveling a lot. That time we were actually players in 2017. We were playing chess. And then somewhere around mid of 2017, we decided that we want to stop playing and we want to focus completely on Chess Base India. And
Yes.
because we were traveling so much, we thought, why do we need our house? Why can't we live a nomadic life where we don't have a house and we can travel from one event to another and do all sorts of things? So, this, what we are going to show you next, is the documentation of this 1 year journey.
Yeah, I mean, we have still shortlisted as much as possible, but there is much more. I don't think it's possible.
I
Everything is
think
possible, but yeah.
I think what I had shortlisted back in 2018, 2019, when the trip got over, is what we have around 200 pictures that we are going to show you. And I think this is an invitation to all of you out there. If you have a wacky, crazy idea in your mind, go ahead and try to fulfill it because it's a lot of fun. So, should we begin?
Yes, sir.
So the first picture, it starts off with this one. It's just to show that we both were ready for this, and
It's like
this,
deal signed, basically.
this is actually a very iconic picture because we played against each other
Yeah,
here
in Zala Karos, it was
in Hungary in
Hungary.
2015,
Yeah.
and it was a rating tournament. It was
It
like
was
a
classical
classical
tournament, a
tournament.
very important one. I was playing really well, and then I met you, and then I lost.
And then you lost a lot of games, and then I think it was not a great event for you, but we used this picture to start off the journey, and this was our home in Tilak Nagar, where we were living in Mumbai, and
Wow.
there were a lot of things and we put them all together, and the question was where to put all of this.
It was, we put it all in a warehouse actually
Yes.
later. But okay, this was, I like that poster. I don't remember all of it, but now that I see, never, ever, ever give up on each other.
Right.
That's what we made.
Oh, okay, it was never ever give up, but you wrote on each other.
Yeah.
Nice, interesting.
No, no, we made it. Ha, yeah, 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 on each other. I just changed the whole second.
And I think packing every memory was a bit painful. It was also very nervous moments because we didn't know like what will happen. I think what we did have in mind was that in India there were 3 events that were happening back to back.
Yeah, there was Delhi, there was Bhopal, there was also
I think something in Ahmedabad, the
Ahmedabad.
World Youth Olympiad.
Yeah.
And so we thought like we'll go to these 3. That'll from November where we begin until January. We had some things figured out.
Yeah, for 2 months.
But then we didn't know what next. So, but they say like in order to bring new things in your life, you have to sometimes give up on the old. So all of this was packed up like this, and there are these spaces where they give you a box, big box, and then they take all of this and put it inside those boxes and say, keep it safely. I think the rent was like 4,000 rupees a month or something, if I'm not wrong.
I don't think per month. Maybe it was. Yeah, even I don't remember.
Yeah, something like that. Not super expensive. So then we put all of this and put it inside a warehouse.
Yeah, I might try to find it out. It was something called as box my space back then. We got
Box my
our
space.
thing nicely later. Also, luckily we did not have too much of anyway furniture or things like that. We are very limited stuff.
Right. And so the first event that we went to was the National Under 11 in Pune. Because before we began our trip, this was 30th of November, like before we started traveling heavily, we went from Mumbai to Pune to meet Amruta's parents and say that we are now going here. And on 30th of November, Amruta, was the
Under 11
final day of
Yes.
Under 11. And guys, do you recognize a very couple of well-known figures or maybe well-known faces here? Because this is the day when we had this iconic interview with Gukesh, where he said he wants to become the youngest world champion.
Yes.
And
let's
there he
go
is
there.
on the top right.
Wow.
Over
He's
there.
Smiling over there, we have Leon also.
Leon, Bharat Subramaniam, and that girl behind him, behind her is I think Jimmy. And then we did like this talk there where I spoke about ChessBase, and I think Amruta, you remember
Anand
like
also, yeah.
we wanted a room where they had put a projector, and somehow it was not done by the organizers there. And then somehow we said, okay, let's put a laptop and see whoever comes. And suddenly the room got filled with all the youngsters there,
Yeah.
and they all sat down and we started to have a good time there. And then from Goa, from Pune, we went to Surat.
Wow, this was amazing because you had got a back spasm. Then
Yeah.
there was already a lot of rains happening, so there were no, also flights and stuff like that. And
I think it was very risky to travel at this point.
Yeah.
But we were like, okay, let's get going. It was 3rd of December, and we were like, we have to go to Surat because there the National Women Championship was happening.
Exactly. And we went by sleeper
bus.
Yes.
And this is where the National Women Championship was held. And we had some nice food there. I think one of the things of being in a chess community was they would always be kind. They would give us some food, sometimes to stay. So I think, Amruta, our costs were kind of reduced because of that.
Oh yeah, and by the way, we would never plan to go in a flight to Surat. I remembered. We had planned sleeper bus only actually that time.
I think at that point it was not that common to travel in the flight.
Yeah.
Also because we had to make sure that financially the trip would be possible to do, because we were not earning anything out of this trip. We were just going around working, and at that point ChessBase India was just sort of beginning out. It was just 1 year old or maybe 2 years old.
Yeah, in any case, the whole idea was to, because we had traveled so much in Europe and all, and we had understood quite a lot of the global chess scene in general. In India, how it was, I think that was a big question as well, to understand and go to such tournaments and meet different players. Yeah. Oh, we didn't have the photo of where you were taking the interview with
Gukesh. Yeah, that
Maybe
photo
we can add that later.
Later we can add. But here is some bhajis that were given to us.
I think
Uh,
every place we could experience their local
Local food.
cuisine at
And I
every
think
different
because we
place.
were
And
young, we didn't fall ill so often. Otherwise, eating such food can also be quite
not
dangerous.
easy now, yeah.
And this is the in Surat is well known for something called as pok, POK, and it is like with this save. It's very famous.
Very cool. I can bet how much you had that one. Oh,
And this is a very famous picture for us, at least, because the organizers on the last day had given each and every participant a sari. And we both also are in there. You were in your normal
these
coverage clothes,
yes,
and I
it's
was,
not possible to take photos in saris.
yeah, and I had captioned this the beauties with the beast. And this
So
tournament was won by Padmini Raut. It was she's right there at the back of the here actually she's here. She actually won this for the fourth time in a
wow.
row, national championship back then. And then from there we went to Ahmedabad, if you remember, from Surat, and we took train,
Ah,
and we were given train food, so we ate this food in the train, very memorable. And on 8th, so this was, I think this picture was on 7th or 6th, and on 8th we had a lecture in Chennai. This was in IIT Madras,
oh yes, the Alpha Zero one,
because
which was
because at that point Alpha Zero had just come out. This Google DeepMind had just launched Alpha Zero and had beaten Stockfish.
yeah, and also what IIT is definitely going to love something like that.
Yeah,
So
actually
it was
this lecture is there on our channel.
yeah, and it was a great one. Like I myself enjoyed it a lot. We learned so many new things because of that lecture. I understood how Alpha Zero was thinking.
Right. And there, this was our journey to Chennai from Ahmedabad. And in this entire event that they had there, they had RB Ramesh who was going to come, Karthik and Murli, and they had invited me. And this is a nice picture because Adiban visited there.
Oh yeah,
And
wow.
that was very cool because the
Even
beast was there, and here you can see like Nitin is
yeah,
there, who was the guy who organized this. This is Nitin here,
so
Nitin
cool.
Pai. And I think the chess culture in IIT Madras was very vibrant. A big credit goes to Nitin there.
Also, the IIT campus was very beautiful.
Yeah.
What we saw.
And Amruta, from there we went back to Ahmedabad,
World Youth
World Youth Olympiad.
Olympiad. True.
And there I think the biggest attraction was these two youngsters playing
In one team.
in one team.
So you can look at it as a little Olympiad kind of.
Yeah, Prag and Nihal were there. In fact, Amruta, I was seeing they played in A team. There was a B team even, and a C team also.
Yeah,
And
because India hosted it.
yeah, India hosted it, and in one of the B or C teams was Arjun Erigai.
Ah, yes.
He
You're
was
right.
playing there. And by the way, a very nice picture with Prag and Vaishali there.
So cute.
And I think this is one of our rare pictures, Amruta, someone has taken where we both are in action. You are taking a picture and I am taking a video.
Oh yes, I remember I used to have many times two cameras, different angles. You are always taking videos. Wow.
And I think you have like your Canon one at the bottom, and the one in your hand is Sony,
Yes.
which you had just bought a new one, quite expensive one. And then on the last day, we saw this very nice scene where everyone was playing Blitz there at the hotel reception. You can see Nihal and Prag there.
They're joking, and look at how much Nihal is smiling and laughing, and Vaishali is also watching. Look at you, Sagar.
Yeah, at that point, I was like very serious
Yeah.
as a player.
You-
Maybe I was comparable to them in strength.
Yeah.
Like, okay, maybe they were stronger, but like 2400 was the level there. And by the way, that's Tabatabai, and his opponent is Aram Hakobian.
Yeah, right. Yeah, they played Blitz all night. Everybody, it
Yeah.
was amazing.
And Amruta, maybe you were the official photographer, one of the first FIDE
Yes.
events here. Yeah.
Yes.
So that was very special. And then, can you guess which city is this to the viewers? This
The
is
tough
now
question.
21st of December.
Yeah, we are no more in Ahmedabad.
Yeah.
We traveled in December to this beautiful place
We traveled to
where
Bhopal.
Niklesh lives.
And I think one of the attractions of Bhopal tournament was the blindfold king, Timur Garev, who was there and he was playing against many people blindfolded. And he was on a
Yeah, he did a
cycle.
simul actually, blindfolded. Yeah. And then you were analyzing even at night in the garden full of mosquitoes.
So I think what I had written is I told him, can we do like Timur, can we do a video on Trompowsky? It's your favorite opening. And he said that I said, can we do tomorrow? Because it's like late in the night. And he said, why not today? You know,
Oh,
it's like fresh air outside. Let's do it. So I set up the laptop here. But because it was dark, a lot of mosquitoes and insects started to come. And Timur showed some great moves and games, but a lot of insects.
bloodbath on the board and off the board.
Yeah. And then we had this very nice family, the Kanya Marala family, whom we actually got to know there.
Oh,
And they had this concept called Anytime Chess. I think this was an amazing family. They've now shifted to Ireland, where Tarun has become an IM and Trisha has become a WIM or a WGM.
yeah, WGM.
WGM. But I think we could sense that these kids were like very special. Their parents are also completely focused in chess.
Very nice family.
Yeah, we had an interview with them as well there. And then I came on one of the news channels
Ah,
there,
Shatranj ke Khiladi. I think that
Bansal
was
News
okay.
in Bhopal. And I think Amruta, we have
Oh.
to tell the viewers about this moment of Vishy Anand becoming the world rapid champion in 2017. It was in Saudi Arabia.
Yes.
He was playing
Was
there.
it Doha? No, no,
No,
no.
Saudi
Doha
Arabia.
wasn't
I think Riyadh.
competition. Yes.
And there, I mean, back in the at that time, we were not traveling to all these major events. So from home, we would follow, and we were following this not on a stream or anything. We were just looking at these games, and suddenly Vishy won, and we got so
Wow,
excited.
it was amazing moment.
It was
for
like
India,
midnight.
like insane.
Yeah, and we actually you made this very you. I think you were very quick to make these posters back then.
Not quick, but yeah, I was the one who was making it. You used to be writing the post on
Yeah.
social media everywhere, Facebook. I think Instagram wasn't much popular back then.
No, we got so excited because Vishy winning the world title was really big. But just a few hours ago, Amruta's grandmother had passed away. This was 28th of December, and
Yeah,
you know we were quite dejected at that time. But suddenly Vishy winning
was
made
a
it
good
very
news.
special. You know,
Yes.
turned the mood around.
Yes, absolutely. I got busy in doing this, and we were very happy because I think for India also it was a very big thing.
And then we came to Mumbai for the IIFL Wealth Tournament. And there, this is one of a very nice interview that's on ChessBase India. It's with Ratnakaran, who's called the Indian Tal, and Abhijit Gupta. And back then, you know, we would have this webcam, and it was nice setup actually for an interview.
Yeah, you were quick to go anywhere, set up your laptop, web camera, and just start.
Yeah. And then Vishy came to IIFL Wealth Tournament because he was like um, the ambassador of the event. And this was day 40. And actually, Vishy had just won the World Rapid Championship 7 days ago. So 7th of January. And so when he came to the airport, there were so many people who came there. It was nice to
That was
cover
very
this.
nice.
And in that tournament, Amruta, we put up our first merch stall.
Oh yeah, we had actually we had launched our t-shirts, ChessBase India t-shirts, and then some accessories, some posters, some calendars. We might be having more back then than now. Funny
And that's
thing.
Supriya there. Supriya still is with us. She's our head of finance now. At that time, she had just joined, I believe.
Yeah, she was so good in handling the stall and
Yeah.
like learning all of it. Amazing. Oh, great memories, yeah.
It was amazing, amazing. And I really love this picture because it's like our small team back then, where we had Avatanshu right in the front. He's 12 years old. Then Niklesh is there, Aditya Pai, Atul, Angela, and we were like so thrilled to have this picture with Vishy.
Yeah, lovely.
I mean, if you think about it, Amruta, Vishy was like perhaps the only star of Indian chess at that point, right? Because Adhiban, Vidit, all of them were rising. They had reached close to 2700. In fact, Vidit had crossed 2700. But for someone to be like at the top of the world of chess, it was only Vishy.
Yeah, absolutely. And it wasn't even sure like when and who.
Yeah.
Like it was amazing what we could see what he kind of, was like he had achieved in
Yeah.
general. And yeah, I mean, you understand. Just fill in there.
Yeah, no, I mean, he became super active. He was playing that point very actively, and I think following him was like very, very important for us. But Amruta, if you see in this picture, you have long hair. Suddenly, in this one, you have short hair. So you cut your hair.
Is it the same? Maybe not the same tournament then.
No, it's the same. You must have cut the hair in between the tournament. Now it's similar to your hair right now.
No, really?
Yeah.
No, go back. No, this is 2018.
Yes, and this is also 18.
2019.
No, this is also 18.
No, look at it.
No, that's when I posted it. On Facebook.
Oh, really?
Yeah. All these pictures are original. I've written, by the way, do you see Amruta's new haircut there?
No, I don't think in between we had any time in a tournament.
You must have
I never remember any moment where.
But this is all real, yeah. So
really?
yeah.
Maybe.
So from there we went to Delhi Open from Mumbai, and in Delhi Open, like one of the biggest events, not just in India but across the world. This is the Indira Gandhi stadium where it was held, and it was beautiful.
Oh yeah, it was like the maximum chess players together. Very cold over there, but still it showed how many people are ready to, play in that cold. Travel to Delhi in all the cold. Everybody used to come in the trains and all that.
Yeah.
So it was.
This was day 42, by the way,
Wow.
Amrita. So we have just closing in on
Okay,
10.
then we need to be very fast. I think we're talking a lot.
That's okay. This I'm playing Blitz with Bharat Singh Chauhan, who was the AICF secretary back then. And this is a beautiful picture by David Lada.
Yes.
Who was there. He was specially invited to this event.
And
he took some amazing pictures. I think David showed what can be done with a photography for an event stature.
Yes.
He really pushed it. Because there was this picture of Gukesh becoming
I think he got a GM norm in this tournament.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or maybe it was the next edition where he became the GM, not this one. But and that's David, actually. He had his book launched called The Thinkers, and we got one copy of it, so we were very happy. And then we went to Chennai. And I remember that at 5 a.m. we were sleeping, and there was a mouse inside one of the drawers there, and we were very
Not
scared.
drawers. He actually climbed on the bed.
Yeah.
And then we woke up. What is it? First, we did not understand. And then after that, you started working because, we couldn't find anything. And it was like, okay, maybe just something. Then you were working, and I slept and constantly, after a few seconds, I'm hearing some voice, and I'm telling you. And you're like, no, nothing. But finally, he was so fast. Finally, we had to call the people and help us. They changed our room and so on. It was a lot of drama.
No, it was very interesting what happened there. And I think, Amrita, we were very worried whether to post this or not because the organizers had given us to stay. And then, but anyway, we just posted it for fun. And I remember that at that point we did an interview with Aruna. And it was a 3-part interview. Which was written. It was your
one of the best interviews there. Really beautiful. She speaks so well.
Yeah, it was
she's
very nice.
amazing narrator of stories.
And then we did that interview, and then she took us for lunch, and that was very memorable for us. Very kind. This is at Vishy's home actually. When we did this, and we titled the interview's name as the Tigress of Madras because Vishy is called the Tiger of Madras.
That was amazing.
That's a very nice picture with Aruna there. And I think this one is a famous picture because I was eating rice with ice cream.
Yeah.
And rasam.
I cannot even imagine. Sambar rice and ice cream. It was, cannot imagine that. But
This
the
is
filter
my
coffee was the best.
favorite hobby, to pour coffee from one cup to another.
He keeps pouring it. I keep telling him, okay, now it's done. Now the coffee is getting cold. Stop. But you just don't listen.
And then we came back to Mumbai. And this is a very nice picture in Mumbai at the Marine Drive. And I remember that when we were in Chennai, I got a call. I don't know what we were going to do next. Actually, I have no clue. But maybe we had planned something, and I got a call from the Blind Chess Association of India, AICFB, All India Chess Federation from the blind, and they were like, we're going to hold we are going to hold the national championship in Mumbai, and if you can come and cover it, it would be great. So we said, can you give us a room to stay there with the players? And they agreed. It was in the Andheri Sports Complex. And it was very nice to be part of this with Charudatta Jadhav. That was the first time I met him there. He's on the right.
And actually, a lot of, I mean, this tournament, the community, chess community, that is, you guys helped this tournament to happen because they were short of funds. At the very last moment, the tournament was about to get cancelled, and then after the article was posted, people
close to 5
contributed.
lakh rupees we were able to raise, and then it
in
was, I
one
think,
and a half or 2 days, something like that. And then the tournament happened, and
yeah, it was the first time that the first place prize was 50,000 rupees. So it was a really big thing for us. But also I realized, Amruta, that we were so nimble on our feet. Like a call came and we were ready to change the plans.
Yeah, I think maybe I think after a point we didn't really plan it all together beforehand itself.
Yeah.
Oh, this was very nice to
You
learn
played
and to
blindfold.
experience. How the world is for them, how they can still look at it so positively. I think it made us more modest, you can say.
Yeah.
Like it really added value to our life.
We learned a lot by interacting with all of them. This is with Aryan, and we're playing on the Braille board. So it's like you have to pull out a piece, put it inside the square.
Not easy, yeah.
And here is a very nice group picture. But we can see that Vidit in the middle there. And I think Vidit was very kind to come there because he at that point had crossed 2700 and he was really rising up the ranks. And he decided to come here to the venue. He became also the ambassador of All India Chess Federation for the blind to support all these players. I think that was a big moment.
Yeah, because he actually came from Nashik that back then.
And then we had the winners there. Kishan Ganguly won the tournament once again. And I think I've written here, Amruta, that we were able to raise 5,75,063 rupees in a week's time. And there was this one article.
It was a week, yeah?
Yeah.
But I think in the first 2 days, we got funds good enough to know that the tournament is not getting cancelled.
Yes. And by the way, for all these articles and videos, we have a Facebook album link of me and Amruta. I'll put it in the description. So
with every photo, they are able to find an article.
Yes, I've put it there.
Amazing, data you tried to keep.
And this was the time when we got the Samsung top phones. At that point, we bought Note 8. And at that point, it costed 70,000 rupees. it was a huge decision because we were like whether we should invest in this or not. But at that point, we thought we are doing so many photos and videos. Why don't we invest in it and we will be able to improve our quality?
Yeah, somehow I think you had this thinking that anything like you can make use of it at the 100% level, and maybe I had to trust you. I was not very sure. I never had this thing, right? Like it is necessary or not necessary. But yeah, I think it was very useful for good quality coverage back then, which was balancing with the speed as well.
Mm. And that's
Why is this
one
photo?
new hairstyle, and also this for camera. We really like this
We just
background blur.
testing on me. Okay. See here, I think yeah, maybe we had some confusion with the other one, yeah.
No, this is the photo. And then
Oh,
on
this
18th
one.
of February, that was day 81, I got the Shiv Chhatrapati Award for becoming an IM, which I had become in 2014, but the award was given in 2018.
Yeah, and actually 19 February is Shiva Chhatrapati Jayanti basically.
Oh.
So Shiva Jayanti. So they generally have it around that time. So this was amazing. This was big because I think we got 1 lakh rupees as an award.
1 lakh 2,000. And Amruta, remember, I also got this card where I could then show it
Yes.
in the buses in Maharashtra, which were government owned, and I could get free travel.
Yes, and it was, I think, not for AC buses,
Yeah.
but otherwise. And we did use it
Once, I think. And
2-3 times earlier while going to Pune.
yes.
Yeah.
And there you can see my parents at the bottom of the picture.
Yeah,
And
your
your
brother,
parents, my
and
brother,
Bhabi, and yeah, my parents
they
are
traveled from
there.
Pune.
True.
It was in Mumbai.
That was, I think for me in my family, like Prathamesh got the award, you got the award, so it was amazing.
Yeah.
And yeah, this one like really, really, really helped back then, and this trophy remains my favorite trophy.
And then we were going somewhere again, and typical scene is to work wherever we were. So this is on the, and then Amruta would use the new phone to do some kind of
What was I doing?
funny stuff there. And then in the flight could read some chess books.
Yeah, back then the player in you was also very active.
Yeah,
Still.
I don't know which book
And
this is. Maybe some Boris girlfriend's book, or I don't know.
or Soviet chess primer or something. But yeah, I think while traveling a lot over there, maybe somewhere maximum times you started falling off to sleep in the flight or travels basically.
Yeah, that's a great point.
But
In
whenever
fact,
you were up, you would be using the laptop, but other times you would be asleep. Yeah.
so this is the journey, because we were traveling so much from one city to another that we took so many flights that at this point we started to in order to survive, because whenever we reached a new place something would start happening. So in order to survive we started sleeping in the flights, and this has become such a blessing. The moment we sit in any flight these days, we just go to sleep.
Yeah.
And we wake up.
Earlier, I would not be. For me, flights would be all the creative ideas that way. But I think after seeing you
Sleep is the best. And then there was this company at that point which had just come into chess. It was called Nurture. They had some funding and they were doing some chess recordings. This was in Delhi. So we traveled to Delhi. I did a lecture on how to use ChessBase. But yeah, they did not publish it at that point. And then Amruta, from
Oh,
Delhi.
you played one tournament.
Yes, this was the only tournament I played in 2018, which was in IIT Madras again.
Oh.
And I went there to play, and you stayed back in the room in
Yeah, I remember I was
Chennai.
calling Amazon and trying to open ChessBase India shop there, customer support and all that.
And I think I played okay here in this tournament. This is with Deepan. I had lost this game, but I finished with some 8 points.
Actually, you played really well. Yeah.
Decent.
Yeah. Last day,
Unstoppable.
these were the
Yeah, I scored
had
8 out of 10.
last day.
And from there, after Chennai got over, this was on 27th of February, day 90th, so 3 months ago, we went to the Tsar Chess Academy in Hyderabad. And there we did a blindfold camp, blindfold chess camp. I think that was Amruta's idea that wherever we would do camps during this 1 year period, we will do blindfold training because it's so important. So in all these camps, we would not have chess boards, but people had to think in their head. You can see all of them were like trying to figure out where the pieces are. It was a good camp.
Yeah, it was amazing.
And then we visited the home of Kushagra Mohan.
Yeah, nice.
He was very young back then. He's now an IM trying to become a GM. And that was a very nice picture of him with his family. And this was the training group photo with the
All the
students
people
there.
over there. Yeah.
I don't know. Is this boy Sumer? Maybe he's Sumer, yeah, who is now a very strong player. So yeah, we met some good talents back there. And then from all of a sudden, again, I think this
Okay,
was on
guys,
the
guess
road.
which is this place again. You have just 3 seconds.
If I'm not mistaken, Amruta, we just got
You're
we got a call on the, like, we got a message on the go, right? That there is this event happening in Moscow.
Yes, it was such a last moment thing. Like you cannot imagine. We must have done our visa almost like 5 days before, 6 days, something, some urgent thing. From there also they helped, and we went to Moscow
Yeah.
for the
Tal
Tal
Memorial.
yeah, and
Tal
that was so
Memorial.
amazing because Vishy was gonna play there.
Oh, look what I've written. It says that when the blind championship was in Mumbai, we submitted our passports in Russian embassy. Then we left for the trip of Chennai, where I played in IIT Madras. Then in Hyderabad, where we did the 2 day camp.
Uh-huh.
And then from there, our passport was couriered to our friend Vishnu's home in Chennai, from where we took the flight to Moscow.
Wow.
So it was like,
So, but then I don't remember the days, huh? Basically, I've forgotten some stuff.
yeah, I mean, of course, it's now 7, 8 years old.
Yeah, maybe I should get my facts corrected. But the breakfast was the most amazing one. There is no fact to correct over here.
Yeah, it was so good. The breakfast in the Tal uh, Memorial tournament. We were staying in one of the best hotels. I think it was the Sheraton Hotel over there. And Amruta, I think that was one of the first times we got to stay in a absolutely amazing restaurant, hotel. And I remember first day we reached at 4 a.m. or something.
Yeah.
And then we did not sleep. We straight away went for breakfast around 7 or something. And when we were eating, somebody came from behind.
Somebody came and did like this to him.
Yeah.
And I was like, I was completely shocked to see that. And it was such
Vishy.
an amazing moment. So memorable. I don't think we can ever forget that.
Yes. And
That was
Amruta,
Vishy.
that was Vishy Anand, and he was the only Indian playing here at the Tal Memorial. So we got to go because he was playing there, and we got some good food there. And then we went to a vegan restaurant next door where we would get some nice dinner and so on. And Vishy won the Rapid.
Yes.
So we had a very nice dinner with him. And one of the things that we realized back then was that you could spend very good time with Vishy outside India than in India, because in India, when he came to Mumbai, it was like everyone wanted to spend time with him, get his autograph. But there in Moscow, we were the only two Indians, so we actually went for walks.
Yeah, he introduced us to some actually very good food. Like, because of him, I think we tried some Japanese there, some Indonesian something there. And I think that was the thing which we learned. Like, he really likes different cuisines.
Yes.
We also went for walks.
And
So
then this interview, Amruta, where he won the tournament and we did this very nice.
Actually, he was very close to like doing so well even in Blitz.
Hmm.
It was just missed. You can say that way. But the videos are very nice. They're very memorable with Grishchuk. I think
Yes, there
Vishy
was a
versus Grishchuk.
epic video of Vishy versus Grishchuk where Vishy makes a move. Grishchuk is like, "What?" Then he makes his move and then it's like completely stunned.
Shot, yeah.
So you can search that Vishy versus Grishchuk, and
Ooh.
this is with Arkady Dvorkovich. Back then, he was not the FIDE president, and I interviewed him. So I had written there talk about spotting talents. So I I just felt like he was someone who liked chess back then, and he was the one who actually had invited everyone to his home. Where there are some
Yeah.
pictures we'll show you, but this is a very memorable one because this is Mark Dvoretsky's wife Ina and his son Leonid, and we met them over there 1 year ago or 2 years ago. We had done
2016 March.
in candidates, we had done his interview of Mark Dvoretsky, and that was one of his final interviews before he passed away. And then we met his family here.
Yeah, we had actually in between candidates, there was a rest day, and on that rest day, we went to his house.
This was in 2016.
2016, and that interview, yeah, unfortunately, he had passed away. He couldn't read it, but yeah, some amazing knowledge he shared with us, with Sagar, and you can check that out as well. I think it's a must read
Yes.
in general for chess players. And yeah, Dvoretsky is somebody we all have learned our end games from his books.
Yeah. The one of the shocking things for me in this photo is that I'm wearing a belt, which I've never ever worn in my life. I don't know how come I was wearing a belt back then. And this is the picture in the book of Dvoretsky, written by I think Barsky. It's called Friends and Colleagues. It's actually written by Dvoretsky, perhaps. And
Yeah, Barsky wrote another book later, and I'll tell you the name because we actually have that book. So
and then we met Polina there, who became our very good friend. She was promoting chess back then in Moscow. So we were able to
she
start
also was a
meet.
part of specially abled Olympiad, and
Yes.
a lot of good things I think she was into. And over a period of time, we met her repeatedly, and then she gave some beautiful chess set to us, and it's there in our office. And yeah,
This one was a legendary game.
oh
It's
my
on our
god.
channel actually. It is Karpov, Anand, and Kramnik playing against Karyakin, Dubov, and Nepo. And Amruta, we were trying to shoot it back then, and our channel was not even that big at that point. But this was so iconic because you have three world champions in one frame, and what a game this is because uh, they were losing, the world champions, and then somehow they managed to win. So this is
Yeah, and then they were all having fun, and it was in the light mood. And how often do we get to see that? Look at Arcadi laughing, and
yeah,
a lot of fun. It was amazing.
and the temperature there was minus 18 degrees.
Yeah, it would range from -18 to -25, and even to walk a few minutes was like such a big challenge.
And this was I think a video
Museum
where
of
we were doing a Russian museum of chess there. And
I'm sure you made this album, no?
so this was, oh, by the way, Amruta, you cut your hair on your own.
In between, yeah, sometimes I would just cut the front part of my head.
Yeah, because the thing is that we had no time or no. So this one is, I think, you
Oh,
cutting
you've
your.
written over there.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
And then 3 months were completed here. So we decided to take a small time off, and we met my family in Goa. And we did a 2-day vacation with my family there. And this is my favorite picture with my nephew,
Shaurya.
Shaurya. And I think we got very freshened up. We immediately traveled to Gujarat, in Ahmedabad, where they were doing the trainer seminar. where they were training the trainers. So we went there and tried to train the trainers on how to teach. And this is with Ajay Patel, who was the president of Gujarat State Chess Association and was the chairman of Gujarat State Cooperative Bank back then. And also managed to go to Gujarat News, where we spoke a bit about the growing nature of chess in the country and Gujarat. And then we ate gola. I think you shouldn't have eaten it because you fell ill after that. And look at you.
we had to miss the flight actually to Chennai again. We were
I think we were going to Bangalore for this for some Akshay Kalpa visit, and we'll come. But we had to go like 2 days later, and Amruta was in really bad health because of, I think it was food poisoning.
Oh yes, food poisoning.
And at that point, I think Ankit Dalal had taken good care of us back then, had given us to stay and food and so on. And that's Ankit there with his wife Bijal, and Tejas Bakre right in the middle. This is Tejas here. He's the first GM from Gujarat. And then, oh no, we didn't go to Bangalore. Yeah, we went to Bangalore, but we went to Mandya.
Not from Bangalore. Somehow, I don't know from where. But yeah, maybe.
Yeah, Mandya. From Ahmedabad, we went to Karnataka in Bangalore. From Bangalore, we took a cab to Mandya.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
And Mandya was a academy, Mandya Chess Academy, run by Madhuri and her husband Manjunath. And she, after teaching, we would go to eat some street food. Pani
This
puri.
was very yummy though.
Oh, but this was
No,
cooked at home by her
it was
mother.
amazing. I
It was
think
very nice.
they had some amazing food there.
So after teaching there, we went to Tiptur
Now we went
in Karnataka.
Yes.
Where, by the way, on the right of your screen is Shashi Kumar. He's the CEO of Akshay Kalpa. Akshay Kalpa till date sponsors Nihal
That
Sarin.
is, I think, one of the most amazing stories.
Yeah.
Like you're sponsoring the same player for all these years. What a belief.
And there is Srinath. And I remember Amruta, Srinath had just become a GM. And on the train journey from Bangalore to Tiptur, we did an interview with him in that train. It's there on our channel. It's a nice interview. And then when we went to Akshay Kalpa Farms there, we could actually see the entire thing, how they were working, what they were doing. And we actually ate very authentic food. This was like ragi balls that were being made, and this very freshly made food.
Wow, that was amazing actually. The whole experience over there in Akshay Kalpa was amazing.
And you were like, okay, after food poisoning and all, you were very glad to eat some good food. And you also fed the cows there. And we could see how Akshay Kalpa was working there. And I think, Amruta, this is our first very big kind of project where we were promoting someone who was supporting chess.
Yeah, and I think what we also, through this, imagine when are we going to get such an experience to learn about how everything like this can work, in what way, the quality control, and so on. And we saw every single thing inside this place.
So the reason why we were covering Akshay Kalpa was also because they were not only supporting Nihal, but they were doing the state championship in Karnataka. And for the first time ever, a state championship was going to have the prize fund of 10 lakh rupees.
Oh yeah, that had the maximum place like 800 or something, which had never happened for any chess state championship before. So a big, news it was back then.
This was the state championship there. And this is a very cool picture. The guy in the green and black shirt is Kishan Ganguly. He not only won the nationals of the visually impaired where we went in Mumbai, but then he played an open tournament where he was runner up in Kerala. So in order to thank us, he took us out for dinner.
Oh yes, I remember now. Wow.
And then our quality chess books arrived in Bangalore.
And also our merch. We had a lot of specialized merch where we had at the back Karnataka and some different things. But it was, I think, for the first time we had a stall
Big
like this,
stall.
some other place
Yeah.
other than Mumbai,
It was a
and
huge stall that we
people
put.
were in Bangalore. They are so keen to learn and read. I think it was
We sold
brilliant.
everything here.
Yeah.
By the way, you can see three top players there of Karnataka. There, on the right is Yashas. There is Gahan and Stani. And behind is Kishan. And also our friend here, Halsagar, is there on the left, who was trying to sell on the stall there
Yeah.
and helping us. And this is the picture with Shashi Kumar, who had supported the entire tournament of Akshay Kalpa. And we have Niklesh, Atul, and all of our team, along with the nurture team. Pratik was there.
Yeah, they also had a stall.
And then one of our team members, Aditya Pai, he was editor of senior editor at ChessBase India.
Yeah,
He
he
got
used to
married
write
to
nice.
Pauline.
Yeah, he used to write articles and
Yeah.
nice ones.
So we went there back to Mumbai. I think from Bangalore, we left a bit
Yeah.
early to reach his
Wedding, but then we
wedding.
got trapped in the traffic, of course. But yeah, we managed.
We
to
made
get
it. And I think one of our first things that we did with someone with Help Chess was Om Kadam 2018. We supported this boy for his trip to Spain, and he was just 10 years old at that point, and he made an IM norm there.
Oh yeah, because our help chest was actually launched during the trip. Like, it was one of these things which converted as an idea in the trip. And I think the first contributor was Jagdish. It
Jagdish.
was amazing.
He's the father of Siddharth Jagdish, who's a GM now from Singapore. So Jagdish Balakrishnan, he supported us, and then Ashwin Subramanian came in with the second scholarship.
Yeah.
That's how Help Chess began. In fact, it was not even called Help Chess back then. It was called ChessBase India Foundation.
Yeah, it was ChessBase India Foundation and Help Chess Initiative, something like that.
Yeah. And then we came here to Northeast all of a sudden from from here, where we came to Mumbai. We then flew to Assam.
No, but one thing, I don't know, maybe we may not have the photo, but we can share. For a few days, we were in Bangalore when we went to Bangalore.
Mhm.
So it was like some few days we were staying at a random hotel where whatever was nearby.
Maybe the
and we were
month
just
of April.
working, like we are just working like crazy for a while. And yeah.
Yeah, I think that was the time where we booked the hotel.
Oh, that was the time where we also did the Khan course.
Yes.
We
Your first video of Sicilian Khan, it was a live lecture, and we also followed the candidates from there. So it must be in April.
Yep.
And we stayed in one hotel for 1 month.
Maybe 20 days or something.
Yeah, that's how it was. Not like everything was back to back. So we stayed there. We were working from there. We were eating food in A to B.
Oh yeah, we loved that. What to say? Lemon tea of Bangalore. It was for 10 rupees, and it was so amazing. Every single day we would have it.
And then we went to Assam, where we met Nongsha, who was working with us, and there was also Homen Rabha here. And then we did this chess-based technology workshop in Guwahati. And somehow when we reached there, Amruta, we had like Nongsha with a very nice banner.
Couple. Very nice, welcome. Yeah.
And then we did this nice session here. And I think quite a few people came there. If I'm not mistaken, Amruta, Mayank was there, right? Or not? He's now an IM. Maybe not. He was not there. But I did speak to his mother back then, or maybe he was there. And we did with this nice picture in Guwahati.
Oh, wow.
So nice. And from Guwahati, we went to Kolkata.
Yeah.
For Kolkata GM. And there on day one, I got to play badminton with Surya and Deep. And then
Sarvanand.
Sarvanand was there, and we
Yeah,
worked
nice
together in
photo.
covering the event there
Yeah.
in Kolkata. Some
Wait,
good food.
your pant is also of the same color,
Yeah.
coincidentally.
And then we went to Surya's house. We spent some good time with him and his wife Sudeshna.
Maybe we also, I don't know, Surya, I remember, I don't know before tournament, after tournament, but there was this end game where he was showing us, and it was amazing. Some chess
Mm.
stories. Surya always good at that. Yeah, Nigel shot.
He had just announced he will run for the FIDE
Ah,
presidentship
yes.
because 2018 was the year of elections. That was the year when Arkady Dvorkovich actually
Yes.
won.
Oh, yeah.
And that's Shahid, with whom we had, he was working with ChessBase India in Kolkata, and having him there was very nice. So,
Yeah, he used to do. He also liked playing, and he also liked writing and editing. A lot of things he liked. So that was a nice journey there.
and then this, I've written that one of the most defining pictures of the entire trip, because we were in the room in Kolkata, and Amruta told me that she was getting a heart attack. And then I was in a huge shock. I woke up, called the ambulance, and said, "Be ready. Anything can happen." Uh,
बट बी रेडी मतलब क्या वो मेरे मरने के लिए रुके थे
नहीं, मैं
क्या
उनको बोला, like I told them, please wait, I'll call you again in case if I need you, but just be ready, like, because something's happening
Yeah,
to
it was
her.
just 10 minutes away. Yeah, that.
But you got okay in the night. You
Yeah, you got
slept.
something, and then yeah, we slept off.
And then we went to a doctor next day, and the doctor said there's nothing wrong with her. It's just that you guys are overworking.
Hmm.
There's too much of uncertainty and stress in
You
your
have to
life.
stop when he
You have to stop.
when he finally heard that we are on a trip or something. He said you have to stop 6 months, not anymore. You guys are crazy. So he told us there is no way you can continue with this.
Well, this photo is very nice, right? Like, I had the presence of mind to take a picture.
Yeah, that is what you're good at, and that's why what we did.
So then we said, okay, fine. Like, now that they've said we should take some break.
We're like, should we quit? Nah, nah, nah. No way. We can always
No, but
find a
we,
way
we
to
did
get
cancel
better.
everything and we went to Kerala.
No, we didn't have a plan. You don't remember this thing. We never, I mean, by that point, 6 months into it, what we had become very, very comfortable with is like, it's
No
okay to
plan.
not know where we are going. Like,
177 day.
yeah, it was okay to really know where. And then we went to Marotichal actually. This was even later. Maybe
So
we have
one of
missed
the things,
photos.
no, it'll come. One of the things that we wanted to do was in this 1 year journey visit Marotichal, which is well known as the chess village of India, where they use chess to beat alcohol, like to overcome the alcohol addiction. And so we thought, okay, it's a good time to go there. Kerala is also known for these beautiful things, for Ayurvedic massages and everything. So we were like, okay, let's go.
And this was actually the place where there's this waterfalls and all that.
Which movie was shot here?
Bahubali.
Ah,
So the waterfall, I think, was Tirupalli, but oh, maybe that was just a river. I don't know how it came, but
So
let's,
uh,
yeah, we
we
went.
went to Cochin airport and we didn't know where to go.
Nihal was in the
Nihal was
same
in the same
flight.
flight.
And then we reached the airport actually, and then he's like, "Where are you staying?" And like, we are
booking the hotel.
yeah.
And then we took a rickshaw to Marotichal from Cochin. I think no, from we were staying nearby some village. And then what a beautiful place. And then when we reached here in Marotichal, we were like, where's chess? It's like the chess village, but we can't see chess. And so everyone was like, go
Pointing
there,
out.
go there. And we were like, where? And then they said to this tea stall. So we went and there we found
Unni
Unni
Krishnan.
Krishnan.
I think he came here, and then he was telling about, he was sharing about it, how BBC had covered and so on. And then there was this place. So
This
he
is
was
right outside his home.
yeah, where we played with everybody, and they were very, very passionate to keep watching, and all of that. Then he also shared that actually speaking, it's people go for work, and then they come back and then they play. But also in rainy season, when they cannot go out and they cannot work, there I think they're playing full time. But by at that point of time, very few people were there. So yeah, later we played
Look
with
at you
so many
playing.
people. Yeah, it was a
Very
great
nice
experience to
food,
beat
nice food.
everybody. Because first they thought I won't be.
Yeah, and then you beat everyone there. We can see our one of our phones with
Oh,
the
tangled
microphone,
mics.
and this is on Athirapalli
Yeah,
Falls.
that was the same photo. Look.
And then your health got better because there
Yeah,
was a
because
little.
the food was also very authentic. It was very homely food where we were staying. Then we had this Ayurvedic massages, and literally, I was so fine after a week. When we
Mhm.
went back for a month, wow, this is my favorite picture, by the way. Like you're meditating, and it was such a it was completely different from like back to back travel, and we are constantly doing something, constant decisions are happening, and so on. And this is such calmness over here. So great change.
And then we came back to Mumbai where we had the Mumbai Mayor's Cup at this point. And it was a very good team dinner we had here. And then we once again went to Pune where we met your family.
Because it was my mother's birthday, so
Ah, so we went to Sinhagad Fort. And from there, this was day 200 now in June.
sorry, June if we went, then
Yeah,
it
this
was
was
just
before June. It was not your mother's birthday. But we were invited to Punjab.
oh yeah.
And we were there to cover a tournament organized by Punjab Kesri. And when we reached the airport, Amruta, what happened?
Wow, that was this amazing, car waiting for us, and we had actually a bodyguard. Like we had actually security over there.
Police protection.
Yeah, I couldn't believe. First, I thought, okay, wait, have I done any criminal activities? Okay, no.
And then we met Pride of Punjab, Malika Handa. She was the best player who couldn't hear or talk, and she represented India. And this is the Punjab Kesari team with Abhijay Chopra in between, along with Niklesh, and he was the man behind sponsoring chess events there. His concept was very similar to what we saw in Marotichal, which was that in Marotichal they used chess to overcome the alcohol addiction. Here he wanted to use chess to overcome the drug addiction that was there
Yeah.
in Punjab.
So it was a great thought actually what they had, and they were doing good work. They had regular tournaments for the kids, and very less entry fee, very less commercial basically. They had camps, and they really were doing good work.
Yeah.
I mean, unfortunately, maybe COVID was definitely a reason which slowed it down or
I hope they restart
affected.
it.
But yeah, they were really amazing people for chess.
So I did a simul there, and then here is the entire. Once again, actually there's a good article that we have written on Punjab Kesari, so you that also is there in the album. And this is an academy that they had set up in Jalandhar, where we went and taught also.
Oh, oh yeah, because I think we went to Jalandhar in the train. It was very nice journey. I remember.
Mm-hmm. No,
No, wait. From Jalandhar to Delhi, we went in the train. Okay, that was
Ah,
different.
really?
Yeah,
Let's see now where we go next.
because I remember.
Oh, we also met Vijay Kumar Chopra. He's the CEO. He was the CEO back then and editor in chief of Punjab Kesari. So we got to meet him as well. And then in Punjab Kesari, there was a full page article there. And
yeah, the
oh
food.
yes, we went to Delhi. Yes, we went to Delhi for Commonwealth now. Oh, you're good
You
memory.
don't, we went in the train because I remember meeting somebody who was sharing his life story with us, and we were quite inspired. So
And this is actually a restaurant named Juggernaut. I don't know if anyone from Delhi knows about it, but great food there in Juggernaut. And then Yeah, this is Peru with chili juice. Wow. Only cricket now. And the Commonwealth tournament was extensively covered. And this is Jakob who came there. Jakob is a great author, Jakob Agard, and he also, we had begun with books. And we had done this adventure with him in 2017, where we went
Yes,
across
we went
India and the
to
Asia. So we
many
had become
countries and
very good
camps, and
friends.
yeah, he's a really amazing author. I think
And after that, after Commonwealth, there came an opportunity to,
go to Poland, some place in Poland,
no,
which
not
was
Poland. First, I went to Amruta, the
ah,
World Team Championship
how did I
in
forget
Bulgaria.
that? Yes,
And this was, I went alone with the team as the coach of the national team for the blind players. You weren't there.
yes.
Where were you?
I think that was the time went. Maybe went to your place.
To Pune, maybe.
No, I went to your place.
Oh, in Mumbai.
Yes.
Okay. With my parents, you stayed. And I had an
Yeah.
incredible time with the team of visually impaired players. There's Kishan, Aryan, Saundarya, Subendu, and we had such a good time there. And then Amruta, I I came back from Bulgaria,
Mm-hmm.
and then we together went to
Yeah.
Poland,
Yeah.
where I
Exactly.
was again training the junior team for the visual impaired, and you also started helping in teaching them. So Aryan and Saundarya both came together, and this was at the Zurich airport where we had a
Oh
layover,
yeah. Right.
and we started training. And that's us again. A new hairstyle for you.
Did I cut my hair again?
Yes.
Yeah. While traveling, I think it's really good.
Actually, we were in this place called Solek Zdroj.
Ah, see, it's impossible to remember this name.
Solek Zdroj. And in Solex draws, while the tournament was going on, there was Nihal had just become a grandmaster at that point, and we did a fundraiser because there were huge, I think, floods in Kerala.
Oh
So we
yes.
raised funds, and we together raised 1,76,000, which we contributed to the
Yeah.
PM to the CM fund there.
It was amazing that Nihal joined and helped. It was very kind to do that.
And then with Aryan and Saundarya, we would go on for some walks, and it was also in sauna that we were there. And Saundarya won a silver medal. It was the first time
Yeah,
for India. I think Darpan had won a bronze by then, and then Saundarya won silver. So very nice moment.
beautiful moment.
And then we went to the city of Gdańsk, where we took a short break before we headed over to
Oh
World
yeah.
Junior Championship.
But you should share the story of Soundarya when you were in the Andheri Sports Complex and then you went with him in the, like, after his game, you went with him in the room.
Yeah, so
Yes.
Saundarya is 100% visually impaired, very talented, very bright boy. So he said, "Can you drop me to the room?" So I was holding his hand and we were together going to the room. And then every time something would come up, like there was something on the way, a bump or something, I would say, "Saundarya, look out." And then he would navigate it. And then we reached the room. And then because he was staying in the room for a few days, he opened the room, went inside, and it was pitch dark. And then for him, he navigated the room so easily. There is the bed there is this. He knew it like completely. I couldn't see a thing. And then, so it was at that point I realized that maybe not being able to see is also sometimes a matter of perspective. Yeah.
Yeah, it was very interesting how good they were and how we can get lost in something and you can feel comfortable with anything if you
Mm.
get used to it or if you try to make it a habit.
And this was some
Yeah,
chess shop in Gdańsk.
We always used to try and find something chessy basically.
And of course, one of the things in Europe was what we loved was ice creams. So from 2014 to 2017, we traveled to a lot of tournaments in Europe to play and so on. So
We were always used to have something like, okay, if this happens, then we get to eat an ice cream kind of a thing. Because ice creams we loved, but of course in Europe they were also very expensive.
lemon
So
ice cream,
yeah, lemon
limon.
and berry were our favorites, and we'll always share that.
And that's Mexican food that we ate. And Gdańsk has a great historical significance. World War II began from this city actually. And then we
Yeah, it's
made
a
our
very
own,
historic place. It's Danzig also, it's called.
yeah,
Correct.
we made our
Maggie.
own Maggie there with those chips.
Oh,
This is actually till date my profile picture in Facebook.
oh, that's your favorite because Sagar has this
Yeah.
dream of actually coming in front of a lion, like all of a sudden, kind of getting shocked. And I don't know what he thinks will happen after
The
that,
lion
but at
becomes my
least.
friend, at least in dreams. I don't know in real life what will
And you
happen.
also dreamt about that, by the way. Mhm. Yeah, we travel. Europe train travels are very cool. Oh, we went to Sopot.
Yeah,
That's this
it's a
very
small
small
place
place with
called
the.
Sopot where we went there for a day. And this was in Gdańsk, nice picture.
Mhm.
And I think I broke my glasses there. But okay, it was like, okay, let's just take a picture here. And eat Mexican food again, we were eating.
Yeah, that was something you really loved. And I
And then in
started.
August, Amruta, we went to Hamburg. This was day 273, where we met Frederick Friedel from ChessBase. And we went to the ChessBase office. At that point, we did online event there. We had some issues in play chess and we wanted them to help us. So we did this tournament to show them what was going wrong. And then I did this Endgame Magic show with Carsten Mueller, the legend in Endgame play.
Oh,
The nice picture we have here. And then these are grandsons of Frederick. Frederick is basically the co-founder of ChessBase. So he is someone who has taught a lot of things to me with in relation to writing and so on. And we met his grandchildren, Enders and Hennis. And it's a nice
oh yeah.
picture with the logo of ChessBase. And that's Rainer Voisin. He's the CEO of ChessBase. Very, very kind person and has helped us a lot. And then we went to
Turkey.
Turkey for the World Juniors in a place called Gebze. And that's a nice picture with you amongst all the photographers.
Yep.
And this it was held in Ramada Plaza. And we got this Turkish media got to know about our 1 year journey. And I think by that time we were in month 10. So they were like,
Ooh.
oh, amazing, guys. And this is the time when we started shooting some games, actually. Until then, we weren't doing too much for game shooting and so on.
This was
But
2018, yeah. And Abhimanyu was playing. I think Maksudlu was playing
mhm,
here very well.
Maksudlu played very well. And Turkish Chess Federation was very keen on doing something similar to ChessBase India there, like ChessBase Turkey. So we were trying to share our experience with them. And that is Parham. He won the tournament with 9.5 out of 10. Then he lost the last round to Esipenko, but he had already won. And yeah, it was our
Yeah.
first time we got to meet him.
Yeah, and I think we saw him like he was playing such amazing, crushing games, a lot of sacrifices, so a lot of fun.
Yeah. No, I had met him before, but
We met him in
in
IIFL, where in
Mumbai.
your interview he had said, I work for 20 hours a day.
Yes. But here, somehow he just felt like a different player. This is where
Yeah.
the world class.
Yes, already the elite kind of feeling was there in his games.
And then we spent some nice time in Istanbul.
Oh,
After
Istanbul,
this
we loved it. It was
couple of
beautiful.
days, like this photo,
Alien.
and yogurt, frozen yogurt.
Oh, that was Wesley and Lotus who had introduced us to that, and we loved it.
Frozen yogurt is something that we love. In India, you don't get great frozen yogurts, but outside they are amazing. And that is the Galata Towers, which is an
Wow.
iconic structure in
You remember the
Istanbul.
name?
No, it's written here.
Oh, this one was my favorite, I think. Was it clay pot or
Yeah, I think
something? Something
they
like that.
would come and then they would break the clay pot
Ah,
and
that
then
was
pour
that
it.
was amazing. I think I love Turkish food. And this one,
And we
Sagar's
loved
favorite.
Kestanis.
I don't know why we don't get this in India though.
It's
But this
so
is
good.
so good.
So good.
Yeah, it was
One
beautiful
of the
actually.
mosques there, I think. And then, yeah, this one nice romantic dinner we had. And this has a nice story because there was this one place where they had all these dresses and they would say you have to give €5 to
Take photos
take
if
a
you want to
photo.
try. Yeah.
And I was like, Amruta, let's not spend €5. It's too much
Yeah.
to spend. And turns out that
And then you didn't, and then we started walking, and then I was like still talking about it because I really wanted to do that. It was so different.
no, you said this will be the cover photo of our 365-day journey. And I think you are right because if you look here, this is already the picture of my
Oh,
till date the phone.
I did
So
not even remember, like, could not even connect that. Wow. Yeah, we went back and then we took this photo and it was amazing. Worth €5, no?
yeah. And then Amruta, we went to Batumi Olympiad.
Oh, back then €5, the rate was very different. I think it was around 68, maybe 70 max. Around 70 maybe.
And then we went to Georgia, Batumi for the Olympiad. And here it was our first time and we reached couple of days in advance and we booked an Airbnb. And these two Georgian women actually treated us to some nice food, which they didn't have to. That was also a very nice experience that, people are warm all across the world.
Yeah, somehow we're very lucky to get the kindness.
And then we got this at that point this rooms in Hilton apartments, and it was so nice to work from here. We had a amazing view.
We had a great view, and I don't think you cared about it. You were in the laptop view.
Yeah, we could have actually gone there to the beach, but we never walked.
We only walked once where a Bermuda party was there and it was held near the beach, so we had to walk the whole promenade.
It was also the first time we got to meet Judith.
Yeah.
Interviewed her.
Amazing.
It was amazing.
She was so kind and she is an amazing personality of chess, of course. What to say?
And we also had this very nice picture of yours by David. So he took one nice one in Delhi and now one nice one in
This one
Batumi.
is really my favorite also, and I had no idea that he was clicking a photo. So yeah, with this chess shirt for sure.
And we met Maya Chibudanidze, the former world women's champion. She loves Bollywood movies, Hrithik Roshan. And she said she can come to Mumbai.
If Hrithik Roshan says that he's free to meet.
Yeah. And it was also the first time I got to commentate with. Actually, that was
Sopiko. your first commentary on the official FIDE channel over there. It was amazing. That Sopiko was there.
Actually, if I'm not mistaken, Sokolo was commentating with her and he had to go out. And then I got to commentate with Sopiko for 1 hour. And that was really memorable.
Beautiful.
We have this nice memory here. I'm official press, but you are organizing committee media member with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 all access.
I think I was also taking the photos and I was sharing with them and stuff like that. Like I was
you were
helping
one of the official photographers.
in some way.
Oh,
Even I had
amazing.
forgotten though. back then. But
And that's the beautiful city of Batumi. So in
magnets.
this like 1 year journey, while we spent maximum time in India, these last 2 months we got to go to Gdańsk, Batumi, Sopot, Istanbul. So that was a nice part where we traveled to World Junior for the visually impaired tournaments and the Olympiad.
And the funny thing is, if you see this Gdansk magnet, that red building, overall red top building, we actually stayed. The hostel was right there. That was it, around there. Oh yeah, we stayed in a hostel. That was also a great experience there. It was a shared hostel, shared washroom, and
Bunk bed.
we did a lot of bachelor things,
And then working in the lounge. And I think we came for 1 day back from Olympiad to Mumbai, where I called all the chess students whom I was teaching chess back that time. Like they were also happy to see us because we were traveling so much. So I think if you can see Hansel there.
Rahil is an international master now, and
Rahil is
he's
here.
in Yale's University. Avtanshu is in New Zealand.
It's a very nice
Such a nice
memory.
photo.
And again, we went to Goa then after the Olympiad, and of course we are sleeping. This is already day 317.
Ooh, why did we go to Goa?
We were going to for the Goa GM.
I got it. Yeah,
By
that
the way,
time it was
Amruta,
for the first time.
this is such a fake photo. At least one
Why?
of us is not sleeping because photo किसी ने तो लिया है. I think it's me. You were sleeping.
No, maybe we had our team going to Goa. You remember?
This one I'm pretty sure I've taken a selfie.
तुमने लिया है क्या फिर?
And this is a beautiful gift by Leon Mendonca's sister, Beverly Mendonca.
Oh, this was so smart what she did.
She wrote Alekhine and she played it like all I can. So Alekhine, think of is ChessBase India. So nicely done. I think this photo is still here with us,
it's
right?
in that other showcase.
Outside.
But maybe we can keep it over here.
And that was Niklesh, Angela.
Oh no, I know who took that photo.
Hmm.
Niklesh, because they came from Batumi to Goa. They also came to Goa, no?
Could be.
Remember?
Could be.
See, what could be there here?
Avtanshu, Supriya, you.
Okay, but you didn't tell that Niklesh had proposed Angela in Batumi, and that was like a very big thing because all the newspapers, after that video was put by Sagar, everybody from India, they were just calling him, and Niklesh was like
he became a star. He became a star at the Olympiad.
He was giving one after the other interviews.
From there, from Goa GM, we went to Tata Steel Chess India. This is the tournament where we got great opportunity to interview some of the big guys here. Wesley, so down to earth. Down to earth, yeah. And this is a great memorable picture with Vishy and Aruna.
Yes, there was one more photo where Vishy did like this because I was, taking a selfie and he thought, okay, we have to all do like this. It was funny. And Anand
won the Blitz tournament, which made it very memorable.
It was a tiebreaker. Yeah.
Actually, if you think about it, Amruta, Vishy won in Tal Memorial Blitz, February, and then also Tata Steel Chess India. He beat Hikaru actually in the tie breaks, which was a big result.
No, he won the Rapid. You mean Tal Memorial?
Yeah, Tal Memorial Rapid and here Blitz. And it was our first video to cross 1 million views. First ever, and we were at 38,000 subscribers back then.
Yeah. Wow, interesting.
So this was a big moment for us, this tournament. I also played badminton with Vidit and Surya Ganguly. Vishwesh, our friend, made this nice picture. And then at this point, the World Championship match began. And so because we were on this 1 year journey, we thought like till the end of the match, we will go to the home of different top players of the country and analyze some part of it live or recorded or something. And
Yeah.
we first began with Surya Ganguly.
True. Oh, that was so good. Such a good plan.
Then we
But
went
we
to
planned
the
it very last because we
yes.
didn't have it before. Like obviously we wouldn't know the dates and all that. So it was spontaneous.
Then we went to Setu Raman's home and we looked at the games here with him. Game 9, game 11. I think game 10 was with Adiban, or maybe game 12 was with Adiban. Game 11 we did with Ramesh and Prag. Game 12 with Adiban in his home. And then Sarvanand's home we went
Oh,
finally to do a video with his
books.
books.
Because that's such a popular video and everybody is like, we want one more, and of course it deserves one more. And I think maybe third one should happen at some point.
I think the final video we did, this was the final day of the trip, 365th day, 27 November 2018. And we ended with an interview of Vishy Anand on the match. And he spoke so well in this interview. He gave such great insights.
Yeah, I think it was a really good video because when do you get to hear Vishy's insights like this? So we could experience that in person. Also, we didn't expect like the match will go in tie breaks.
Yes.
So it would have ended in a normal scenario, but then yeah, it was a tie break.
We went here, we did the interview, we came back home,
We made
and
yeah,
we
at night we had
then
a flight.
we
and
then streamed the tie breaks.
yeah, we I think it was the end of it. Was it 27th November or something? Because we
Yeah.
had started on 27th November back. That we started with going to your place, and from there we began.
So here I have written, yes, we did it. We did it together. We visited so many countries. We met so many people. Cities change, climate change, terrain change, food change. If there was one thing that remained constant, it was having each other for the entire year. How important Amruta is to me can be explained from the
Oh.
following analogy. My phone hardly ever had the mobile data internet. So I always used to remain close to Amruta so that I could use her phone's hotspot. Somehow it is the same in life for me. Without her, I would be lost. By having her on the side, I feel connected and it opens my horizons towards the entire world.
Oh my god, I did not remember this at all that you wrote this. Wow.
Yes, I was more romantic in 2018 than now. But this was the end of this epic 1 year journey that we had. And I think now we can say that it laid a very solid foundation for what we wanted to do in our life, to spread chess, because we understood quite deeply what Indian chess wanted, what international chess, the big events were like. So we got a good
Yeah, I think very subtle things were added in that. Like we may randomly meet some people from absolute rural India who would come and say that, thank you so much that we can learn from your videos, because there is no other way for us to learn free of cost from an international master. And back then I think these kind of things were such a motivator for us in our journey, that yes, like people are able to use whatever information is out there. So yeah, a lot more things. Also, we learned how to not keep worrying about everything needs to be pre-planned. We kind of learned a bit more about spontaneity, worrying less about certain things. Yeah, I mean, for health, it's obviously not so easy to travel back to back and all of that. It was an experience later, and maybe one of the thing also later I learned that I thought I many times it would be in the phone 10 kilometers, 12 kilometers, you're covering, you're running and so on. But after coming back, realized that the body was so stiff, like because no other movements were happening much in comparison. So we had to, really work on our fitness and so on.
So we came back in November 2018, and then we shifted to this home where we are right now in Jan 2019. And then we've been living here
Jan, maybe, yeah,
Jan
we
or
kind of
Feb.
we did certain setup and all. We got our luggage, everything was pretty fine, and then we came here in maybe around, yeah, Feb end or something, March.
So we've been living here for now 7 years. And Amruta, it's time for us maybe to do another such journey 1 year.
1 year. What was last year for you? It was almost, you were out for like 13 out of 15 months, maybe. something like that.
Yeah.
So your journey is done, Sagar. It was a solo journey. No, Harshit Raja was there with you.
Okay, guys,
But
on that note,
but
thank
thank
you
you for
all for
listening. It
listening.
was
It was, you know, how long is this video?
no.
1.5 hours.